Hey everybody, Cece here, and thank you for tuning in to my Divine Appointments video series. Today, I'd love to talk to you guys about courage, and I'm really excited about this one because it is the precursor to the fulfillment of our deepest desires. And it's actually the precursor to the shakeup, and the shakeup is the precursor to the fulfillment of our desires. And I looked up different definitions of the word courage in the online in the dictionary, but I heard a quote by someone who is like a teacher to me, or she doesn't know me personally, but I follow her teachings, and her name is Dr. Jean Houston, and she is the author of The Mythic Life, or A Mythic Life, and The Wizard of Us. And I like to think of her as like a spiritual anthropologist, a philosopher, sociologist, a wisdom teacher, and a thought leader. And I heard her say a definition of courage that really resonated with me. And I just wanted to share that with you guys because it really kind of gives a little relief to me anyway whenever I take on a new adventure or a new goal for my life, and when I want to elevate and evolve and grow. And so she says, her definition of courage is, it's an agreement with the universe that you commit to, or that you're willing to commit to and surrender to whatever is necessary in order for you to reach your highest human potential. And to me, that means that if you have a goal in mind, you have to activate your courage in that you're saying, God, I surrender to whatever is necessary, whatever refinements, whatever challenges, whatever I might have to endure in order to reach this goal, I am willing to do. Now let's go. And that is what she says about courage. And I remember when I was getting ready to prepare for my talk at the Woman Speak International Festival with Casey Baker, who is also one of my mentors, and I was still here in Atlanta preparing for the trip to go down there, and myself and all of the women who spoke that day had to be there like a week in advance of the festival to prepare for our talks. And before sometime before it was time to go to the festival, my whole body just shut down. It was truly like a cleansing. And I was trying to memorize my talk, or, at least first I was even trying to write the talk. And I wanted to be genuine and passionate and authentic with the message that, I wanted to give. And I didn't want to just perform a talk. I really wanted to speak from my heart about the experiences that I've had in my life regarding divine appointments and how they have provided ease and joy, in the journey and the challenges that I faced, along the way. And, it was hard really getting to that, when writing a speech for such a thing. And so right before it was time to go, I swear I had already, paid for my ticket. I'd already made arrangements. I mean, I paid a whole lot of money for a whole lot of things to lead up to this speaking thing. And I had to leave my kids. I had one was away at school, and I had the 18-year-old, and my now 12-year-old that I had to leave behind for like a week. And the 18-year-old was a new driver. And I had to leave her with my car and with her little sister to manage for like a whole week. And, prepared food and have everything all set up for being gone and everything. And it was just such an extremely stressful thing. And I swear, probably like the 2 days before it was time to go, and I hadn't had my speech down. I didn't have the words down. I didn't have the memorization of whatever words I did have down. I didn't have any of that ready right before it was time to go. And I literally was going to quit and not go. I called my cousin Kim. I'm crying. I'm like, girl, I don't know what's going on with me. I'm so emotional. I'm crying over every little thing, and my body is shut down. I can't eat. I can't sleep. I mean, I literally went through a transformation in my physical body. And she's like, girl, oh my God, it sounds hormonal. And I rushed to the herb shop trying to get some herbs to get my hormones in check and everything. And, I swore that was it. But, once I got to, it was in Sedona. Once I got to Sedona, because I did end up going, I reminded myself of the commitment that I made to do this, because this is my dream, to be able to inspire the world to step out of their comfort zones and to live out their deepest desires, and to be able to experience the joy of life all along the way, even in the face of challenges that are preparing us for our next level, highest selves. And so when I remembered that that was my commitment, and that I was willing to do whatever it took to reach that goal, and to get on that stage, and to give that message to whoever it was intended for, I was able to endure. And also because I had complete faith that that was what I was supposed to be doing. And the reason I had complete faith is because I had divine appointments lined up prior to that told me this was the direction I was supposed to go in. I surrendered. And even the week that I was there preparing for my speech, and I had to practice it in front of my group and in front of Casey and all of that, and I kept blundering every single time. I know the whole group was like worried about me, and it was okay because I knew in the end. I even told Casey, it was like the day before, the last time we practiced, I said, Casey, I know it looks bleak. I promise you, I'm going to make you proud. And I was the last person to speak at the festival. So I'm thinking either she put me last because she's worried about me, or she put me last because she really believes in what I have to say and how I'm going to say it. So I'm not sure which one she was doing, but I chose the latter. And I also knew that God had lined this up for me. And I also knew that the message of divine appointments leading us all and supporting us all along our journeys was a valuable message and could provide hope to some people. I made the commitment and I got up on that stage, and I swear, I don't know how it happened or where it came from, but I was so in the zone. It was if angels had come down and surrounded me and started speaking through me in that, not that it was a great, the people did seem to appreciate it, but it wasn't that, oh my God, this was the best speech ever like Barack Obama or something. But for me, the way I felt after all that I had endured during that whole leading up to, with my body, my emotions, I lost like 10 pounds just in a week. I couldn't eat, and my body was jittery 24 hours a day. I mean, it was just, my nervous system was heightened, and I had never experienced anything like that. My digestive system really got out of whack to where, I don't know what it was, but it was a complete cleansing to get me ready for that moment. And had I known in advance that I was going to have to go through that, I'm sure that I would have been hesitant, even more than I was. But because I had made the commitment with my courage, or the courage to commit to that, I got on the stage and it just opened me up to something that I enjoy immensely and that I felt so passionate about in giving the talk that I gave. And even if, it didn't make sense to others, or even if it wasn't even valuable information for other people, it was my real story, and it was my real experience of truth about how the universe works and how God works, and how I'm able to live in joy even though I'm faced with a lot of challenges in my everyday life, and I see the challenges of other people in their everyday lives, but I still am happy, and I'm still excited about life, and I still have so much reverence for all things in life, even, stuff that doesn't make sense. I know there's sense to it somewhere, somehow, and that there will be good that can come from it. So, I don't even know if this message is valuable to anybody about courage, but I know that so many people are living what I heard somebody say one time, a hypnotic state of conformity and complacency. That's what a lot of people are living like that. And I just know that that's not how God meant for life to be. We are meant to be our fullest creative expressions of ourselves. And that comes with growth. And that comes from cleansing so that you can grow, and refinement so that you can be exactly what you need to be when you get there. And we should be on a quest to always be evolving and always be changing and growing. And, I just want everybody to experience that. I mean, it doesn't have to be the way I experience it, but just, that makes life so darn good, for real. I mean, for real. And don't get me wrong, I continue to have challenges in my life daily, but it makes it so much easier when I know for sure that I'm being guided and protected and supported. And I mean, not just in the, I'm praying and I know God watches over me, but I can experience real live situations that show me, like in reality, physical reality, I should say, because, reality is a matter of perception. But in physical reality, I can see God coming along, giving me people who are sending me little messages saying, turn here, CC, turn there, CC. Don't make that turn. And, why don't you go over there and talk to her? I know it doesn't make sense right now, but she's got a message for you. And when I see stuff like that going on around my everyday, that gives me a lot of comfort and a lot of assurance. And it does let me know that I'm on the right path. And I find peace in that. And I find excitement and passion in that. And it just, keeps me wanting to know more and be more and do more and affect more. And so, I know I went off on a tangent, but, like I said, this is my subject. And I have so many stories of courage that I see in other people that I really wanted to talk about today, but I think I needed to probably get permission first, and I didn't. So I just gave you my brief little story about courage. And maybe next week or in the future, I will share some of the other ones. But, I just hope you all out there who are on the fence about something big that you've been wanting to do, or some deep down burning desire, go ahead and step out of your comfort zone and trust and have faith that you are enough, you are worthy, and that you will be provided whatever is needed for you to make it there. And that's my share for the day. And I know I got hyped, and I hope this makes sense. I feel like I just rambled, but I just am so in love with life, and I want everybody to be too. So thank you all for listening, and please, if this resonates with you all or at all, or you know someone that could use this message, please subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, and share it far and wide. And yeah, thanks for sharing your time with me. All right, peace out.